What up, everybody? Welcome to Liberate Your Money, episode 29. Coming at you at the end of October. It is Halloween, October 31st. A super special month. We are approaching the highest monthly close ever on Bitcoin. It could happen today, If we don't get shut down by this level, it could happen today. Bitcoin could essentially have its highest monthly close ever tonight. So it's an exciting ass day. We're kicking off the bull market. We're going to look at some charts that show just how bullish Bitcoin is, and a couple other newsy things, and then a couple tweets that I found interesting, and then we'll just kind of go from there. So I made this tweet yesterday. I just can't believe how clean Bitcoin's price action looks. This is the monthly chart for Bitcoin USD. It was in this massive, what they call this, a bull flag or a bullish triangle, where price continues to make higher lows, and then it makes lower highs, and price compresses until finally price breaks out, and which it did. And this is the monthly, so each candle represents a month's worth of price action. And you can see, what was it, three months ago, we shot up above, closed above it. We had this spinner candle where we bounced off of it and tested it as support. And then we had another close above it, and we tested it again. And we had another close above it, and then we shot up. So 3 monthly closes above the bullish triangle, and October has been, we shot up like, I want to say like $3,000, $3,500 in 1 month. And now we're knocking on this door. If we see the line chart, it's even more clear. If we draw our line through the first top, it's got the most points through it, and you can see that price got above it, retested it twice right here, and we are off to the races. And now we are battling this monthly resistance level that can be seen on this chart. So this is the monthly chart, and as you can see, back in 2017 when we had the massive bull run, the highest monthly close was at this level of about $13,800. And the 2019 bull run led us up to that point, acted as strong resistance. We got shut down. Coronavirus hit, boom, we came back down to lows, bounced off it. See, this could be, look at the range. Bitcoin's been stuck in this range since 2017. And now we're testing the highs of the range, which is that monthly level. And we are literally knocking on the door. We're at 13,794. So it's an exciting time for Bitcoin, man. I'm telling you, it's just, I love it. We've been anticipating this bull run since the halving, since I realized that Bitcoin goes through cycles, and you can play the cycles and make a lot of money, and that's what we're here to do. We're here to liberate our money. Just look how clean this chart is on the monthly. If we draw our resistance at the monthly close high in this range, and you can see price got above it, we came down, tested it twice, shot up, and now we're testing the highs. If the monthly closes above it, there's no telling. We could see retest of the highs in the next couple months before the end of the year, essentially. Who fucking knows if once we make this higher high on the monthly, this higher monthly close, So it's just super exciting to see this on the price chart. We've literally been tracking Bitcoin I got in late in the 2017 bull run, made a little bit of money, lost a bit of money. Alts got just hammered here. Bitcoin got hammered, but alts got insanely hammered. And then I've just been accumulating ever since. Made some money on this bull run here in 2019. Now it's just like been consolidating, and we've just been accumulating, buying a little bit of Bitcoin here and there, like a savings account. And all it's been doing is appreciating. Then we had our halving. If we bring up my Bitstamp chart, look where we're at. This is that chart we've been following for a while, and this was that level that we were watching, and look, I mean, you can see it. We busted above it. And we've been anticipating this. If we look at where every halving happened in the past and what happened in price afterwards, we're anticipating a bull run after the halving. Boom, we had a halving back in 2016. What happened shortly afterwards? We had a massive bull run. Boom, we have a halving in May of 2020. We're expecting a massive bull run. It's here. Also, since the coronavirus, all markets have been relatively correlated, and one of Bitcoin's biggest investment positives or theses is that the correlation to other assets is unlike any other asset, meaning that you can create a higher yield by putting it into your portfolio because it has this non-correlation to other assets. You know, a lot of portfolio managers, that's what they're looking for. They want assets that aren't going to go down when others are going up, or, you know, and vice versa. If the market crashes, they want an asset that's going to hold, like gold, or, you know, has those characteristics. And that's what we're seeing. And if we look at Hans Hall, this guy's a great follow if you don't follow him on Twitter. He shows the banks. Oh, this is the PayPal tweet. This is my bad. Everything I just said is still true. I thought this was the chart that was going to show us the decoupling of Bitcoin from other assets. I'll have to find that. But this is also interesting. So PayPal recently said that they were going to be accepting crypto within the payment rails of PayPal. And ever since that announcement, I mean, I guess this chart goes back to April, so this is before they announced it. So I don't know if people knew behind closed doors that PayPal was getting into crypto, but you can see the company that's getting into crypto versus the banks, and you can just see where the innovation is happening. I think it's a beautiful chart, and it says a lot about where the space is headed, and you know, it just solidifies my bullishness, and hopefully can liberate some other people and open their eyes into this beautiful asset, because it's going to help us conserve our wealth, because governments globally, their only solution to anything is to print. And when they print, it causes inflation. Your dollar is worth less every single year. And they think this is good. It's bullshit economics. And basically it forces you to figure out ways to preserve your wealth. And that's why gold is special. That's why assets that hold their value against the dollar and other fiat currencies are special. And that's what we're doing here. This is an asset that's built to preserve our wealth and to become a better medium of exchange. It's so much better at, you know, sending payments across state lines and country lines and around the world, and you can do it in minuscule fees and in no time. And it's like, this is revolutionary shit, and it's only going to get better. You know, so we're in the beginning innings of Bitcoin, and from the looks of it, it's here to stay. We got PayPal getting involved. Super exciting times. So yeah, I think in the meantime, Bitcoin's going to eat up the market share of a lot of crypto. You know, I'm staying away from buying a lot of altcoins, because I think once this takes off, you know, you would have been better off just buying Bitcoin instead of buying these altcoins, right? So even though a lot of these altcoins are like getting bottomed out and they're finding new lows like every day, it's really tough to even buy them, even though they look good on the chart, because you just need to pull up the chart versus Bitcoin, and it'll tell you all you need to know, basically, and which is that you should have just bought Bitcoin instead. You know, And I think it's going to be that way for a while, like it was in 2017, you know, when it was had that major run up, alts were taking a major hit. Like they were going up in USD value, but they weren't going up versus Bitcoin. So you would have just been better off just buying Bitcoin, right? So, and I think that's going to be the case for a while. I'm not saying you can't like buy Ethereum. I think the Ethereum chart looks really good, especially versus BTC. I think it could potentially outpace BTC sooner or later. But for right now, it's like I don't even want to risk it. BTC is the top dog. It's the one that most people are interested in. And so that's, you know, a lot of times you can just be better off buying Bitcoin instead of these altcoins. And I think that this time period right now, it's better to just do that. But let's just take a look at the ETH chart. It does look really good here. You can see that we had this double bottom on the monthly chart, and this resistance right here across the top, and we got above it, closed above it, came down, retested it, and now we're just kind of fighting the highs here. Some consolidation, you know, a little bull flag, and then we break above it, and you know, ETH's going to be going for that $600, 670 range. That's going to be the next level for it, basically. And then from there it'll be the highs, which are $1,100 and 14. So if we zoom in too, I think it looks really good on the chart. It's a falling wedge. It's probably going to see some positive price appreciation here soon. This massive, they call that a falling wedge pattern. And if we bring up the RSI, it did have a bull div. If we zoom in even more, the hourly bull div was pretty serious, where the RSI is creating higher highs, or higher lows, I mean, and the price is creating lower lows. It creates this pinch in price where it's consolidating, and then once it bottoms, once it breaks above this level, which it did, now we're fighting this 390 level. Once it gets above that, I think we're going to see probably the highs again, probably that 420 area. So I think ETH's a great buy right now. If you're just trading it, you know, if you're just like looking for an investment, you know, it might not be the best. I would just buy Bitcoin, but that's just me. So another interesting news that came out recently. Iran becomes first country to use Bitcoin as a medium of exchange. As the US dollar gains strength globally, and as, you know, sanctions and all that other shit, crypto and Bitcoin is going to be used as a medium of exchange to get around these sanctions and all these USD restrictions. Now, that sounds really bad and illegal, but at the same time, it makes countries act more, what's the word I'm looking for, ethically. You know, you can say the sanctions and all that are a way of, you know, hindering other countries that are treating you bad or whatever. It's defense against them, but I don't, like, in the end, it hurts the people that live in America. You know, if you have sanctions on something, we end up paying more for something, and, you know, it ultimately ends up hurting the consumer. And you're going to see more countries using crypto to get around these sanctions, and that's what Iran is doing. I think it's ultimately bullish for the price of Bitcoin, because you're going to see more central banks globally start to accumulate Bitcoin and start to use it as their medium of exchange. You know, what's that going to do to price? There's only 21 million Bitcoin, guys. Crazy, man. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Just broke out of a multi-year bull flag on the monthly chart. Bull run is here. That's why I wanted to make this video. Liberate Your Money, episode 29. I think it's still early enough to get an allocation. I think any dips into 12K, low 13Ks is a great buy. And I'm still accumulating. You know, I look at this as a Bitcoin, as a savings account. So, you know, I buy a little bit with each paycheck every month, and it's just an investment thesis of mine. I'm a libertarian. I love Bitcoin for the properties that it brings to the table. You know, it makes governments, keeps them in check. It's what we need. If not just another store of value, it's what we need. You know, in a world full of inflation and irresponsible monetary and fiscal policy, Satoshi gave us Bitcoin. And here we are. Alright guys, I'll catch you in the next video. Peace out.